Riv, we're joined by Diggs jungler Crumbs, fresh off yet another win against TSM. You're now 3-0 against them this split. So my first question to you is, why do you have their number? What's going on?
I feel like their picks change every single week that we play them. They're just a completely different style every single time, and it's kind of. I don't think they've just found their own stride. I don't think it's that we have their number. I think that they're just struggling to just stick with one specific kind of team comp and style that they want to run. And if you're not playing at your optimal style, then you're going to suffer.
All right, and let's go back to Champion Select here. You talked about their picks. You guys didn't take Jack's first pick. Yeah. You let them have it. Yet you guys both had comeback victories off of Jack's yesterday. What was the thought process behind that?
So we knew that they really valued Jax because they first picked it yesterday against Curse. So obviously you want to put that champion in a really high priority. We thought they'd take it early, and they actually took it in the first rotation. But we didn't really care because we thought that we'd be able to just out-team fight them. So we came in with a game plan as to how to deal with a split push pressure, and we ended up just taking Vi, which is a really good... It's kind of like a Nocturne almost. That if you're split pushing alone, you're going to get caught out. Vi with Twisted Fate. If you're just trying to split push, you're going to get collapsed on every single time. And Lulu is a really strong lane bully, and they didn't actually ban out Lulu, which means that we could have the early advantage on the Jax in the beginning of the game, which meant that I thought they were going to put a lot of pressure on the Lulu lane, especially with the D-Blade start on Jax, but I guess not. And then that meant that we had a really strong lane bully in the beginning of the lane for Jax, which meant that it just stalls longer for how much time he needs to ramp up and just be that split push monster.
Well, you managed to get that Vi, and then we saw the effectiveness of it. We're going to jump to a replay. 4 minutes in, it's the first blood that you get in the mid lane. And just kind of walk us through it, your thoughts.
So I knew that he warded that, but we also knew that Jax had not warded at something top. So I had a free time to gank him from behind. And just a knockback puts him right in range for that. And then I just try to flash in front of the satchel charge so that it knocks me forward and not backwards. And with Shifter flashing after me, I just try to tank a little bit of the turret so that he didn't get the aggro and free kill. Even though none of our mid laners have Ignite, that just meant that with so much damage on Vi, with pretty much a fully charged Vault Breaker with the armor reduction and gold card, we were able to kill him even if it zigs with heal.
Right, so we saw the first blood mid lane, which helps your mid laner. We also have Lulu in the top lane who's pressuring Jax hard. Now that you've established this early dominance and early lead, as one of the leaders of the team, what are the next steps? What are you telling your team that you need to do now to ensure victory?
Well, Dragon's the only thing that matters. So we managed to push out Jax and pressure him so much, which we just basically established a lot of ward controls around mid lane, making it so that TF could just go unseen, which puts a lot of Destiny pressure. So we're thinking the enemy team's just like, oh, well, TF is off the map. He's looking for a play. So by hiding Twisted Fate and me showing up top, making it really obvious that a gank is happening, we're able to shut down Jax and eventually force his teleport back to lane after Lulu chunking him, which meant that since our Lulu had a teleport, we're able to just head down a dragon and get free dragons, which was pretty much the story of the game. We just got a bunch of free dragons because we outplayed them with the teleports.
Another story of the game, though, is you guys went for 3 Barons, and the first one was at 27 minutes. Yeah. That was actually a pretty big change for Dignitas in the overall. You guys have pretty much shied away from it and thrown at it a couple times, and notorious for that. Why is that changed now? And you guys just have so much control, and it seems so easy for you now to take those Barons.
I don't think this split we've actually thrown that Baron, really. We're getting really good at just understanding when to do it, and it's just a matter of really thinking about it. Because before, we'd use Baron as a tool of, oh, we're losing, let's just try Baron. Right? Or, oh, we're even. Oh, let's just try Baron. Let's just see what happens. So now we're actually, okay, well, Baron, we can use this as a tool to actually get it if they're not in range, or we can just bait it in. Now, we failed to do that a couple of times, but we managed to not really do anything because we had such a good position on them that they're not able to capitalize on our damage from Baron quickly enough. So we just basically tried many times until we managed to catch them at doing Dragon as 2, and then we just got a free Baron off that. So it just puts a lot of pressure on the map, especially with the Destiny, that you just walking into it makes it really dangerous for the opposing team.
Yeah, we saw yet another example of that Baron control and pressure that you were talking about at 35 minutes, where off the heels of the Baron, you guys managed to catch Jax in the red side jungle. So we're actually going to pull that replay up. It's 35 minutes. Just explain to me kind of the thought process of having that Destiny pressure and things like that.
Oh, so right now we just finished a Baron because I think we had killed Jarvan, so we had a lot of time, and Jax is really trying to kill Lulu, which I don't think he can kill him on his own anyways, but Lulu just tried to kite him out long enough because if he dies with no flash by the time he spawns, we're able to establish good position into our lanes and just kill him again. So this is just a standard. There's nothing too special about this gank. It's just Lulu kiting him out while waiting for Twisted Fate. But him going for that play is a really desperate move by him. He's just trying to make something happen. And in reality, you're never going to kill Lulu as Jax like that, even if you have red buff. So eventually, it just backfired. And at that point, I feel like that game was pretty over for them. It was just a matter of how long can you stall with Ziggs.
And you guys are now tying CLG for first place again. Nobody's really run away with it this split. Who do you guys think is right on your heels, and who is your biggest competition right now in the LCS?
I think every team's just strong right now. Obviously, CLG is pretty solid. We're 2-0-2 against them, and they've beaten us every time. But I think that it's just a matter of who can be better, really, because I really like the showing that we had against TSM this game, because I felt like we were aggressors this time around. Like, maybe they didn't do what they wanted to do, but in the end, we managed to be aggressive against something like a Ziggs and make the plays that we needed to do to win. So that shows that we have an understanding as to what we need to do to win a game and not just win off the mistakes of the opponent.
All right, well, tomorrow you guys actually have your 2-game day against Complexity and Cloud9. What are you guys looking to do to prepare for those two teams? Anything special coming out?
Well, not really. I mean, our picks and bans are just the only crazy thing that you'd be able to see. But besides that, Complexity looked really solid yesterday against CLG, which they had a game, I think, like a 5K gold lead at 10 minutes, which they should have won off that decidedly. But they ended up throwing at Baron. But they look really good, and they're playing up next against EG. So just scouting out their matches and just being able to formulate something about the information you can gather from 2 matches in a row should prepare better plans for the future games that we have. Same thing goes for C9.
All right, just to touch on that a little bit more, the statistics have said that you guys perform very well at the very beginnings of weeks, either beginning or middle of weeks, and tend to lose more of your games that happen on Sundays or near the end of the week. Is that something that's in your guys' head that you're thinking about? Is there a reason why that might be?
I never even thought of that, really. I always thought it was that it was the beginning of the split, not in terms of days. So I don't really know where that's coming from anyways, but as far as I know, I mean, it's already late. Isn't that late in the split already? It's week 7, so I feel like we've already gotten that past that part of, oh, you guys are just getting lucky in the beginning. But as far as playing on Sunday, I mean, if anything, our worst game would have been a day, because we don't like waking up this early. For us, waking up early is 9 a.m. It's like, oh, don't wake me up at this hour. But we were able to actually pull it off, sleep early, and do that. So since tomorrow we don't play first game, I think we'll be fine.
An interesting point, though, is 4 of your 5 losses are on the last day of the week.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I didn't consider that stat.
A little statistical knowledge for you.
Oh, don't psych me out. I think it'll be fine.
Oh, what is it? Oh.
All right, well, regardless, great performance today. Best of luck tomorrow, and thank you for joining us on the desk. All right, don't go anywhere. After a quick break, we'll be right back with more action as Complexity storms onto the Rift to face off against Evil Geniuses. Stay tuned.